Assalamualaikum dear students. Today we are going to start new chapter number 5 fraction. In the previous class you have already learned about fraction. So what is the fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. It represents one or more equal parts of a whole object. What is the fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. It represents one or more equal parts of a whole object. So, first I give you a quick information about fraction. Now, see here. Here I draw a circle. This is a whole circle. Now, if I do two parts of this complete circle, I divide this circle into two parts. So, this circle is divided into two parts. Its two parts, one this and one this. If I want to show it in numbers, this circle which is divided into two parts, then how will we show it in the number? How can we show? For this, we need a fraction. When we have to show a piece and part of a whole number and object, for that we need a fraction. So, I want to show this part of the circle. So, how I can show? First, we draw a line below. Now, below the line, I write total parts of the circle. I write total parts of the circle. How many parts? 1 and 2. How many total parts? 2. So here I write 2. Here I have to show one part of this circle. How many parts? 1 part. So I write 1 above the line. Above the line. How can we read this? 1 by 2. 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 means half. Half of the circle. Half of the circle. Now look at the fraction. The number is above the line is numerator. The number is above the line is numerator. It indicates number of equal parts considered. What it indicates? It indicates number of parts, number of equal parts that consider. Now the line. The line is called a fraction bar or division bar. This line is called the fraction or division bar. Now, the number below the line, the number below the fraction bar is called denominator. And it indicates total number of equal of the whole is divided. What it indicates? It indicates total number of parts. Now, see here I do 4 parts of this circle. Here I do 4 parts of this circle. So here denominator is changed. Why? Because here number of parts are not 2. It's 4. It's 4. Now, if I want to show one part, how can I show? See here, how many total parts? 4 parts. So I write 4. I write 4 below the line and part that I have to show. How many parts I want to show? 1 part. So I write 1 above the line. So see here, I write 1 upon 4. How can we write this? 1 upon 4. 1 upon 4 means 1 quarter. Now, if I want to take 2 parts, so how can I show? See, I want to show these 2 parts. So how can I show? Total number of parts 4 and I want to show 2 parts. So I write 2 upon 4. Here I write 2 upon 4 or 2 divided by 4. Now I want to take 3 parts. I want to take these 3 parts. So how can I show? See here. First I draw the line, then I write total number of parts and then parts which I have taken. So how can we write 3 upon 4? How can we write this 3 upon 4? 3 upon 4 means 3/4 or 3/4. Now I divide this. Now see here. Now look here. Here, see in the first one, the circle is divided into 2 equal parts. The circle is divided into 2 equal parts. From that, 1 upon 2 is color part. From that, 1 upon 2 is color part. Now, see in the second one, here the circle is divided into 4 equal parts. Into 4 equal parts. From that 2 upon 4 is the color part. Now in the third one, again the circle is divided into 6 equal parts. Into 6 equal parts, and from that 3 upon 6 part is color. Now in the fourth one, circle is divided into 8 equal parts. Into 8 equal parts. From that 4 upon 8 part is the color. See, all the circles are of the same size. All the circles are of the same size. Each circle has been divided into different number of parts. Each circle has been divided into different number of parts. So the fraction for the color part of each circles are half of the color. Half of the circle is colored. See here, 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, 4/8. So here 1 upon 2, 2/4, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 8 all represents half part of the whole circle. All represents half parts of the circle. So 1 upon 2, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 6, 4 upon 8. These fractions are called equivalent fraction. These fractions are called equivalent fraction. What? Equivalent fraction. So what is the equivalent fraction? Fraction that have the same value but different numerator and denominator is called an equivalent fraction. Fraction that have the same value but different numerator and denominator is called an equivalent fraction. Now look here. See here, this rectangle represents 1 out of 2 equal parts. 1 out of 2 equal parts. Here 1 of 2 equal parts is color. How many part is color? 1 part is color. So in term of fraction we write it as 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2. Now if I divided each part into 2 parts, there are total parts 4. Now there are total 4 parts, and the shaded area is 2 out of 4 equal parts, and the shaded area is 2 out of 4 equal parts. They represent the same area. They represent the same area. These are the same things. These are the same things. But numerator and denominator of both these two fractions are different. So we can say that these are the equivalent fraction. Once again, I divided each part into 2 equal parts. I divided each part into 2 equal parts. So here we have total 8 equal parts and 4 parts are color. From 8, how many parts are color? 4 parts are color. So the fraction that represent the shaded area is 4 upon 8. Is 4 upon 8. But the color part in all the figures are same. So here So here these fractions represent the same thing, or we can say they have the same value. All three are equal, but the numerator and denominator are different. But the numerator and denominator are different. So see, we can say that these three are equivalent fraction. These three are equivalent fraction. Now see, we have a fraction. So how can we find an equivalent fraction? How can we find an equivalent fraction? So see here, how do we get 2 from 1? So see, if we multiply 1 by 2, so 1 multiplied by 2, 2. And if we multiply 2 by 2, so we get 4. 2 2s are 4. So we get an equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number. Now see here. See, 4 by 8, 4 upon 8. If we multiply 2 by 2, 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4, so we get 4. And if we multiply 4 by 2, 4 multiplied by 2, so we get 8. So we get equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator both by the same number. If we multiply numerator by 2, we need to multiply the denominator by 2, not by some other numbers. Now look here. How can we get 2 upon 4 from 4 upon 8? How can we get 2 upon 4 from 4 upon 8? So see, if we divide 4 by 2, 4 by 2, so we get 2. 4 divided by 2, 2. Also, if we divide 8 by 2, so we get 4. 8 divided by 2, 4. So we get equivalent fraction not just by multiplying but also by dividing. The same number. Similarly, see in 2 by 4. See, if we divide 2 by 2, so we get 1. 2 divided by 2, 1. And if we divide 4 by 2, so we get 2. 4 divided by 2, 2. So, how can we obtain the equivalent fraction from a given fraction? By multiplying and dividing numerator and denominator by the same number. Now, let's find the equivalent fraction for 2 upon 5. Now, here we have a fraction 2 upon 5. So we can multiply or divide by any number. So here, first we multiply it by 2. So if we multiply 2 by 2, so we get 4. We get 4 in numerator. Now, what do I write in denominator? What number do we need to multiply 5 with? By the same number. Here, we need to multiply 5 with 2. 5 2s are 10. 5 2s are 10. 5 2s are 10. So here we get the fraction 4 upon 10. And 4 upon 10 is an equivalent fraction of 2 upon 5. Once again, if we multiply 4 by 2, so we get 8. And if we multiply 10 by 2, so we get 20. So 8 upon 20 is an equivalent fraction of 4 upon 10. See, 8 upon 20 is also equivalent fraction of 4 upon 10. Now, see, If the numerator and denominator of a fraction are multiplied by the same non-zero number, we get a fraction that is equivalent to the given fraction. See, when the numerator and denominator of a fraction are multiplied by the same non-zero number, we get a fraction that is equivalent to the given fraction. Remember, you need to multiply both numerator and denominator, also same number. Now we can also divide the fraction. Now we can also divide the numerator and denominator to get an equivalent fraction. But in the case of division, you need to remember that numerator and denominator both should be divided by that number. Now also we can find equivalent fraction by dividing numerator and denominator both by the same number. We need to remember numerator and denominator should be divisible by same number. So here I take a fraction 15 upon 40. If I divide 15 by 3, I will get 5 in the numerator. If I divided 40 by 3, it leaves a remainder. 40 is not divisible by 3. So we cannot find equivalent fraction by dividing 3. Now, when we divide, we need to be careful that the numerator and denominator should be divisible by same number. So see here, 15 and 40 both are divisible by 5. So if we divide 15 by 5, so we get 3. And if we divide 40 by 5, so we get 8. So we get an equivalent fraction 3 upon 8. 3 upon 8 is an equivalent fraction of 15 upon 40. So see here, if numerator and denominator of a fraction are divided by the same number, we get an equivalent fraction. If the numerator and denominator have a common divisor, then the fraction we get on dividing them by that divisor is equivalent to the given fraction. So, what we learn in today's lecture? Fraction, equivalent fraction, and how to obtain equivalent fraction. How to obtain equivalent fraction? By multiplication and division. In the next lecture, we solve the problem set 17.